So the more we started stripping parts off of this Mercedes Unimog, the more rust we found. So we needed to cut repair and patch panels to weld back in before we could even start bodywork. Having the Maverick CNC plasma table, we were able to buzz out those panels quickly for a perfect fit every single time.
When we got into it, there was a lot more bodywork than I originally thought there was going to be. We ended up cutting out sections of the roof, door frames, B-pillars, cab corners, and replacing it with new parts, new sheet metal, new structures. So the cabs would be one solid piece, just like it was brand new.
The first thing that I noticed on the Mercedes Unimog is how much wider the bed was than the cab of the body. In order to fix that, we went ahead and cut 3 inches out of either side of the box to narrow it down to be more in line with the body. By narrowing the bed down, it streamlines the entire project, makes it look like it belongs, and cleans up the exterior lines of the vehicle. So one thing we noticed is that the fuel tanks and air tanks kind of hung down past the edge of the frame rail on either side of the vehicle. We'd like to get those tucked up a little bit higher. We're going to be replacing the factory air tank with a new Via air tank, and the fuel tank is going to be replaced with a brand new Jazz fuel cell. We're also going to cut 2 inches out of the bottom of the floor. That's going to allow us to move our fuel cell and air tank up even and flush with the bottom of the frame rails, giving us more ground clearance for a better rock crawl. So we're right in the middle of the teardown stage on our Unimog project. What we're doing is ripping off everything that we're no longer going to use on the project. Case in point are these mirror arms that came off the front doors. They're functional, but they really don't look the part of this modern, updated look that we're going for. So what we're going to do is I'm going to measure them out so we get the correct dimensions. Then we're going to draw it on graph paper till we get the design that we like. Then we're going to draw it in AutoCAD and then send it over to our water jet where we're going to cut it out, powder coat it, and reinstall it in the exact same factory location. Then we'll have brand new mirror arms that have a modern look on our vintage Unimog. So we're turning our attention to the front end of our Unimog. It's got a really iconic look up here in the front. These stampings, these original Mercedes stampings are super cool. So we want to make sure that we retain that. But everything in here, the old outdated headlights that stuck way out, was kind of like bug eyes, didn't really look right. We're going to do an entire billet aluminum panel that covers the entire front end that'll be cut out for a new mesh insert. And we're going to recess those headlights, new LED units back in place, and it'll all get machined out of a solid block of aluminum. It's going to look really cool.
So here's our 2-inch strip that we cut out of the bed, and we took 2 inches off each side and narrowed this bed up 4 inches. Now the reason why we did that was to be more streamlined with the body. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna weld our diamond plate back to these sides so everything's strong. Then we're gonna take this bed side that goes in the front. As you can see, it's pretty rotted out. So we're gonna cut all this out. We're gonna replace it with a new piece of box tubing. We're gonna narrow this up to match the width of the bed so everything fits right and goes right back on the truck and be streamlined with the body.